G'day, I'm Steamin STIX, your favourite mediocre musician. I have spent a good hour and a half this morning just ironing the backdrop so it wouldn't be all creased and folded because it's been in a box for about a month or two. Today we've got another My Thoughts episode and I really needed my beautiful Cog background because we are doing a song by The Cog is Dead. And today I had no idea which The Cog is Dead song I was going to be doing until about 5 minutes ago. While going through YouTube the other day, they had popped up and had a new song I hadn't heard of, which as it turns out there's a lot of songs of theirs that I haven't heard of. So I just went through their YouTube song playlist and tried to find the most recent song. So today we're looking at the song Airship, Pirate Cats and Underwater Ducks by The Cog is Dead. I thought it was about time I get some steampunk music in all of this. And not to brag or anything, but The Cog is Dead kind of know of me. So I did a cover of Darla Dawn the Automaton quite a while ago, and about 2, maybe 3 days after uploading it, they saw it and they commented on it. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, how did you see it? Like, what? And you even like commented on it? Like, what? Oh my goodness, Senpai noticed me. So, you know, if I'm lucky, maybe they'll see this too and be like, oh, that's that chick that we've seen her do another thing of us before. That chick is alright. Because I'm totally amazing and all that. As always, we're going to review this song and rank it out of 5 for 3 categories. Lyrics, music and video. 1 is hate it, 3 is meh, and 5 is love it. We're going to do it twice to see my first thoughts of the song, and then I will study it later and see what else I could find that I may or may not like about it. So unlike all the other My Thoughts songs I've kind of done, I've got no idea what this one could be about, and the title is quite a strange one, so I'm hoping it's gonna be something really fun and wacky. So yeah, like I think we need to get on with it and have ourselves a quick watch of it and see what happens, see what it's about. So let's get ourselves a quick watch of Airship, Pirate Cats and Underwater Ducks. What an amazing title that is. I don't know what to expect. And the first thing on the thing is it's saying that the song was made in an hour, so gotta love those ones. I'm hoping, I don't know what I'm hoping for. Something fun. The title alone seems fun, so I'm hoping for that. So let's give it a look at.
Along a misty night, they're always looking for a fight. They're fast on their paws, big sharp in their claws, and searching for somebody to bite. They learn how to quack to signal the attack when they find the ones they want to club. It's the airship, pirate cats, and underwater ducks. One roams the sky and the other's in the muck. One is a pet you lovingly get, but the other is some poultry you can fry. Oh well, that's fine. Time's up, oh man. And that's the end of the song.
Oh wait. Yeah, wasn't expecting any of that. And now we get to the part where I have to try and remember everything that I just watched. I'm actually going to start with the video because that's going to be the easiest one to, I think, remember. I like the picture of, you know, the pirate cat and the, what was it, underwater ducks. It was just, you know, a nice neat little thing, like underwater ducks. I think there was a bit of a submarine or something in the middle of them, so you know, maybe the ducks are, you know, submarining and all that, which of course then makes them underwater ducks a bit more. I like that I kind of got like a lyric video of the song. Maybe they'll do a proper video clip in the future, or maybe they just won't, maybe it's not necessary. But the lyrics were good to kind of see a bit more of the storyline, which I think the storyline of it is just the two species are fighting within each other. Because the lyrics, I think he goes on to say, we don't know why they're fighting, they just are. So, you know, it could be the thing of just, you know, cat and bird sort of thing, prey and predator sort of thing. So Did they say who started the fight, or was it always just a thing? With the music, this, like, I don't know if I'm going to be saying this in a negative way or not, but I find if you've got the one person writing the music, it happens with me as well. You find what kind of music style and rhythm and pattern or whatever works well for you to create, and so you'll end up repeating that a lot. Personally, I realised after X amount of songs, I quite often stick to flat key signatures, so I force myself to write one with like 4 sharps. The music sounds good, but when I heard it, it immediately sounded like other songs of theirs that I've heard. It gave me the same kind of vibes of Danger on the Dance Floor and The Leviathan, or is that one too, The Depths Below? So as soon as I heard the music of this song, I immediately thought of 2 other songs they have done. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think, but it does show that they like a certain kind of music theme for their songs. And I guess you could call them more storytellers in a way, because their background music sounds very similar to other things, but the stories that they're telling are vastly different. And again, if all the songs are primarily being written by the same person, they're gonna get into that swing of, I know, subliminally, I know this music and groove works really well, I'll just change it just that little bit to make it kind of on paper different to this other song we've already done. I can't remember the lyrics because now I've got To the Depths Below in my head. I did like the bit where they had the timer go out, and it's the same sound as the timer on my phone, so I thought, wait, did I have my phone on? My phone's not even in this room, like, where's it coming from? And then it was coming from the song. So that was a cool bit. And then I was also almost disappointed in that bit because they're like, oh, the time's up, the song is ending, and I'm like, what? No, I want more story. I think it's cool in the fact that it's kind of just, we got some Airship cats, and we got some more underwater ducks, and they're just gonna fight each other, and we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, I think as a whole, like, the song is just, yeah, I was hoping for something wacky, and I got it, so I can't really be disappointed about that. Alright, we should probably try and give this song a bit of a score. They're probably all gonna end up having the same score, but for the lyrics get a safe 4. I like the lyrics. They're fun, but I'm kind of like, when I watch things for the first time, there's so many things I have to think about and try and absorb in. So there is every potential for me to like or love the lyrics even more. But for now, it was very enjoyable, and I liked the story of what I could remember. Lyrics get an easy 4. They're very enjoyable. The music as well gets a 4. I do like that beat, although I've heard the same kind of style very similar to other songs they have done, it is still enjoyable. Like, I think I was a little upset about it at first because I just kind of thought, well, I've heard this before, but having said that, I did still think it was nice. So yeah, so I do think the music should get a 4 as well. The video also should get a 4, I think, as well, because it was maybe only a still of kind of an album cover looking sort of thing, and then just lyrics down the bottom, but it was also just neat and, like, well done. I mean, the video could have ended up just being black background and the lyrics over the top with no, like, extra little picture as well. But I think the picture kind of added to, you know, they had clear pictures of the cats and the ducks, which to me earned them a little extra points and a visually pleasing screen than if it was just a lyric video. And in the beginning, saying that the song was written in pretty much an hour, that's pretty cool. Like, again, so because they only smashed it out in an hour, like, music-wise, going to something that they're already familiar with and do really well, the lyrics and the story they're telling is still interesting. So for something to be written in an hour with the foundations of something they know they can do really well isn't really a bad thing. But anyway, back to the video. Yeah, the video can have a 4 as well. Like there's nothing bad about it. Like I don't think it's not a 3, it's not meh, whatever. It's 4. It's likable. It's all good. I was kind of almost stressing about all of this because I'm just thinking, I don't know what song this is going to be. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to find it. I was going through their YouTube playlist of all their songs and I'm just thinking, what's the latest one? What's the latest one? Oh crap, no, that's a cover. I don't think I want to do a cover. Let's do an original. Well, that's done. So yeah, what was that? Everyone got 4. Every category got 4. It's an enjoyable song. So I guess I'll cut back to seeing you later after doing some studying, and let's see if it gets better or stays the same. I've been really slack in regards to getting this video done. I have no more time to procrastinate because I need this edited and uploaded by the end of the week. I'm gonna go on to a bit of a rant at the end of the video because I've only listened to the first 2 albums of The Cog Is Dead and thought, well, I may as well, while I'm looking into them, have a listen to some of their other albums. And oh my gosh, Carnival of Clockwork is amazing. I will potentially rant more about that amazingness at the end of the video if I remember, but also when I finish going through my script of my thoughts after studying the song, I then want to watch their video on showing how the song was made, and I want to do a quick little what I think of it and all of that after all of this. I didn't want to watch it before I did my script for the study part because I didn't want my thoughts to be persuaded in a different direction because I'm getting from the source how they put the song together. So we're going to go through my study thoughts of the song Airship, Pirate Cats and Underwater Ducks. Then I'm going to have a rant about how amazing Carnival of Clockwork album is. And then I'm going to have a little section of what I think of their video explaining how this song came about and was written in an hour. So let's just get on with it. As always, we're starting with the lyrics, and this was a lot harder to actually think about and go through because I think the lyrics are very clear about what's going on in this story. So there wasn't really much to go on in regards to finding a hidden meaning or something behind it. In the beginning, there's a description of the cats and ducks. So the cats are always raring to go and looking to start a fight. The ducks are also raring to go, and I think they've got a bit more of an itchy trigger finger than the cats do, because the ducks are the ones that make the first move and attack. But with the ducks, they find the ones they want to club, whereas in comparison with the cats are kind of just wanting to have a go at anyone, but the ducks are kind of looking for a more specific target. When they do finally fight, it's a bit of a ruckus and also has that kind of comical or cartoony dust cloud over the two parties because it's a gust of fur and feathers and away they sail or something. So I can just imagine them colliding and then dust and then again like fur and feathers just flying everywhere, and then it's like, okay, sailing off, we're done. The bystanders of the two groups I think are used to them just fighting all the time. They don't know the reason that they are fighting, and I think some of the people have formed relationships with each individual group or both groups, because it's mentioned that they don't want either one to die. Some people, of course, have taken sides because they think one is right and one is wrong. And I personally think our storyteller is on the side of the cats. When describing their domain or area that they, travelled by air and sea, the cat's description is one roams the sky. So roaming the sky is like, that sounds nice, we're just going to go over here and then we're going to go over here. It's a sky, it's nice, it's lovely. And the other one's in muck. So that of course is in reference to the duck. That to me sounds like the area is dirty, or at the very least they're in the muck, and that doesn't sound very cool. But then obviously I just thought, well, they're just kind of rhyming duck with muck. So it's possibly just to make it rhyme. I've totally written a story just trying to make things rhyme. And my best example of that is with my original song, Make a Tree. I've got a piano and vocals version if you want to have a look-see at that. If just, if you feel like it. Spoiler alert, I am working on the full band version of that song to be my next original. So, that might be complete in another 2 years. But anyway, when I first showed my friend this song, she asked, "Why a flea?" And I'm like, it rhymes with tree. So quite simply, they could just be rhyming muck with duck. But then we're told one is a pet you lovingly get, but the other is some poultry you can fry. So we're used to loving this one, and this one is just food. I think the cats are described with more appreciation and likeable descriptions than the ducks. And I think it's because our storyteller is more on the side of the cats. And like in a sports match, you just keep making jokes at the other team because our team is better and your team is crap. So for the most part, I think they've tried to be fair in describing the two teams, or the two sides. But there's just a couple tiny little things that make me think the storyteller has chosen and preferred the cats rather than the ducks. So these lyrics were actually pretty hard to decipher because, as mentioned before, it's a very clear story that's being told. And I felt like the majority of this I'm just repeating what the lyrics say. In regards to a ranking after studying this, I think the lyrics deserve another 4. It's a nice, neat little story, and quite frankly, I don't think there's anything not to like about it. Now let's get into the groove of things and talk about the music. The way the music starts is very good. I really like the kind of dum 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 bass lines that go like that. I think they're very fun. I gotta be honest, I couldn't really tell if this was being done on a guitar or a banjo or a ukulele, but the strumming style creates a kind of rushed or hurried feeling. It could be leading into or building up the fight between these two teams. When the lyrics come in though, the strumming does stop, and with just the vocals, bass and drums, the feeling and vibe it creates, for me at least, is sort of a waiting for the next move kind of thing. You're waiting for something to happen. With the strumming in the intro, I thought, oh nice, this is a cool little groove, like this is, kind of gets me going. But then the lyrics come in and then the strumming goes away, and then the vibe of the music becomes, oh, what's going on here? I need to wait, I need to listen. I gotta figure out what move best to make amongst all of this. And then there's a build up into the chorus, and then we get the strumming back because the chorus has a much bigger thing. Yeah, sure, just describe the music, Steph. You could totally make words. I really like how there's a different vibe within the music just by having one less instrument being played. And I think there's also a volume increase when we get to the chorus as well. And the melody also helps change the energy levels in the song. The verses have a deeper, lower, almost hushed tone that, to give a bit of scenery to the song, it makes me think the person is saying this maybe in a pub to a new person, which would be us, explaining the feud of the cats and ducks. Maybe they just had a fight nearby, or they're in the midst of one. And then the chorus gets stronger and more exciting, creating a lot more energy than the verses. The guitar solo is pretty nice. I was first thinking that it copies the main melody, but just jazzing up a couple of sections to make it more interesting. But then I listened to it more and then I thought, no, actually I don't think it is. So, anyway. So, also the ranking for the music, it too gets another 4. To me, the intensity change through the song simply by taking out one instrument is a very simple and incredibly effective choice, and it really helps change the atmosphere of the song. Okay, we're nearly done with the script stuff and then I can have my rant about other things. So lastly, in regards to scripted stuff, we're going to talk about the video. It's a very simplistic kind of styled video. We've got clear lyrics at the bottom of the screen, which I'm sure would be very helpful if you just so happen to be watching it somewhere where it's noisy and you can still at least know the words of the song and enjoy it that way. The picture in the middle reminds me of if it were an album cover, or you know how you might have a digital copy of a song and on your iPod or phone it shows a little picture when you're playing that song. I feel like that's the kind of picture they've got in the middle of this as well. I like that both the cat and the duck are wearing hats. The duck makes me wonder though, because when I see a red bandana wearing person, or in this case animal, I would still associate that to be more pirate-like. So the cats are airship pirates. Are the ducks underwater submarine pirates? I don't know what's standard for a submarine crewman to be wearing. So, you know, like the bandana could fit. I've just seen that more primarily done with pirates. I like the fade going down their necks as they get closer to, you know, like the tidal kind of thing. And I almost didn't see the airship between them as well. I saw the submarine because that seemed a bit more bolder than the airship. The airship looks to me like that's also a little faded, and I couldn't really see it amongst the sky colours and everything. I nearly didn't see that one. I was thinking about giving this video a score of 3 because it's just lyrics and a photo, so it could be argued that it's a little boring visually. I mean, it's really weird. When I watch a lyric video, no matter how beautiful they style it, the good background, the textile, I do eventually, about halfway through, get bored of a lyric video in general. Maybe it's because my visual focus is now on the lyrics that are on the screen and not the imaginary video clip in my head. So yes, I first was thinking about ranking it a 3, but having a deeper look at the photo, there's a bit more that I like about it. I don't think it's enough for me to want to give it a normal score of 4. I'd say it's more in the middle, like a 3.5. If I were to keep watching this video over and over again, it still looks nice, but it doesn't keep my personal attention as well. So overall, my first thoughts for the song: lyrics are 4, music are 4, and video are 4. That is a total of 12. My study thoughts are lyrics 4, music 4, and video 3.5, and that total comes to 11.5. Did all of that counting in my head? Yeah. So only slightly did I like it less after I watched it more than when I just first saw it. And now it's time to rant. I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, but since this song became a bit more pirate-like, I'm wearing my Captain Hellfire and the Wretched Brethren shirt. And I also put some lippy on because I thought that would help match too. But since that was the last thing I said, okay, alright. So what I just said about the video of a lyric video does not hold my attention as well. So yes, I've listened to a few songs of their Carnival of Clockwork's album, and that collaboration that they did with Steam Giraffe, the jelly donut one, I can't remember the actual name of the song, which is kind of funny because my next My Thoughts video, because Steam Giraffe has a new album coming out, I am doing one of their next songs, so it was really cool that I stumbled upon a collaboration that they did together, so that was really great. But anyway, alright. So no, lyric videos don't really hold my attention that well. However, their video that they did for the jelly donut thing, that was so good. Like that video looked so cool. Like, and in that song I really like that kind of radio presenter voice that he did as well, talking about the invention, and at the end being like, oh, it's back to the drawing board. And it was just so good. It was so much fun. It was so pretty. And then I saw the video of their performance gig thing that they did, and they also did the Space Cowboy, and oh my gosh, that song as well is awesome. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna travel in space. I'm a space cowboy. This is great. What is it? Country's Not Dead? Is that a thing? But yes, not only was I listening to a bit of their Carnival of Clockwork album, I was also, you know, I just put their song mix on YouTube, and I was just, you know, listening to that. So of course, when I first saw the song, I mentioned it sounded similar to me to songs that they have done previously, which is Danger on the Dance Floor and To the Depths Below. They came up in the mix, so then I was also able to listen to those again, and then I'm listening to them and I'm thinking, wait a minute, these don't really sound the same as the cats and the ducks at all. Like, why did I think that? So then after listening to a whole bunch of it more, I figured out why I think quite often they have songs that sound similar. I figured it out. I'm a genius. I'm a genius, right? So I think what makes it all sound so familiar in a way is because they use the same chord progressions. So like I said before, if you've got the one person writing the songs, because they learn themselves what they can write and what they enjoy writing, it eventually, like, it does repeat itself somewhat. And if we want to take, for example, genres of music, songs that are a 12-bar blues, songs that are, you know, jazz music, even country music, they all have a system that works of how their sounds generate, or they have an overall vibe and the way their sound sounds. So I've realized I don't think the Cog is Dead songs sound familiar because they're kind of copied and pasted from each other. I think it's because whether they're in the same key or different key, or using the same chords or different chords, the chord progression that they are using is still the same. So I feel like I can already hear whether or not there's some, you know, like... it's really hard to describe music! With the Carnival Clockwork songs, some of them I was already able to know when a chord change and which direction it was kind of going to go. So it all kind of boils down to trying to find a meaning in this. Oftentimes you're gonna stick to what you know and what you can do well. But I would also like to say, just because you kind of keep doing multiple songs with the same maybe vibe or like chord progression, that doesn't make them individually bad songs. Because I just said that I really like bass lines with a doom, 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 doom sort of feel and notation to them. So hearing it again with the Cats and Ducks, I didn't think, oh, I've heard this type of music before, I hate this. No, I like that music. That's why I, you know, can personally probably have X amount of songs that also follow the same similarity in the way they sound. So I would kind of like to enforce, just because I'm saying, oh, these songs sound the same to things you've already done, I'm not saying it in a bad way, it's just musically I'm like, why do they sound the same though? Like, is it just because, you know, like one person has written all of these songs and I'm just picking up that one person, you know, has that similarity in their work? And again, like, after listening to a good chunk of my songs immediately after each other, I noticed that I do a lot of kind of repetition in my stuff as well. You probably haven't heard that because it takes me a million years to do one song. But I kind of do have 1.5 jazz songs written. The half is because I haven't really finished the second one. But I noticed that I started them the exact same way. I started with vocals and then eventually a hi-hat on the 2 and 4 beat, and I was like, whew, I need to change the intro of one of these. But yeah, but that's just my ranting and mumblings of what I've just listened to with the past couple days of the Cog is Dead kind of songs and other albums. It was actually very exciting going through all of those. It was really cool. I don't know, there were different things that had happened since the stuff that I had listened to, so it was really great to go through that. What would be really great to go through is if I now left for a moment and watched their video on how Airship Cats and I was going to say Submarine Ducks, but I'm now going to watch their video of how they created this song within an hour. So I'll come back in 2 seconds and have a rant about what I think about that. Oh my god. I just watched the video and that was insane. Like, that was just, that was such an intense hour and I only saw 17 minutes of it. Oh my gosh, like, how does that even work? And so he also had a stream up and had, like, fans and people on Facebook watching and giving him, like, ideas of what the story to be about. So that helps to figure out why it was such a weird and wacky kind of combo of things. Yeah, that's the recording. But yeah, that makes so much sense that it's all just like smushed together, because that was, and then he's like, oh, I'm not that good of a guitarist and like not that good at improv. It's like, mate, I don't even do improv. Like, I could improv a rock beat on the drums, like that's it. Like, you made a whole song, dude. Excuse me, it's my mum. Hello?
What are you up to at the moment?
I am in the middle of recording a little bit, so not much. What are you doing? Like, what do you want me for?
Well, I'm just leaving work now.
Okay, yep.
Alright. See you in a bit.
Alright. Bye. I knew I should have put my phone on silent. Mum wanted to ask if she could borrow my umbrella cosplay vest. She's going out to see Alien tonight, apparently. I've forgotten what I was saying. I think we were saying something about how his improv is amazing, and yeah, that's not bad improv. But while I was watching that, I have decided to change my ranking score for the study part. So the lyrics and music no longer have a 4, they have 5s, they can straight up have 5s. So the video, I'm still like, this is, it was just a video so that he could like put up like with his song and everything. So that can stay like a 3.5, but now the lyrics and music, that can get a 5 because that was done in an hour and like being told as he was working through it. Like, I kind of figured, oh yeah, I sort of thought, oh, maybe he already had a story in mind, maybe lyrics was already going through. No, he did the lyrics at the very least in like 15 minutes. So yeah, that's not easy to do, and he's like being told as he's going from people watching and giving him ideas to go on that. So no, so the lyrics and music get a 5 now. They get a 5. They were amazing. I love them now. And again, the remarks I made before about saying, he's probably on the sides of the cats than the ducks because, saying they're a poultry they can fry and, like, the ducks are in the muck. Again, like, the muck and duck was just so that they could rhyme and everything. And then I think when he said the poultry bit, he was kind of like, oh, it fits! There was a lot of pressure. He had to write it in 15 minutes, the lyrics specifically. So before, I think I had the study total score of like 11.5, but now they get boosted up to 13.5, so now the study bits are the winner. So yeah, watching that video is definitely worth it. I'll have the link in the description along with anything else I kind of mention here. But yeah, and as I was looking through everything, the Cog is Dead YouTube definitely has a lot of stuff going on, so I'm probably, I might be late to the party, but I think I'm definitely going to stick around and have a watch of maybe all of the videos. Why not? But yeah, that was a really fun song, and like just so interesting to also see the actual songwriting progress of it all. That was so good. So thanks for watching my thoughts on the song Airship, Pirate Cats and Underwater Ducks by The Cog is Dead. If you want to leave a suggestion for me to do in the future, leave a comment. I might do it. Maybe. I've got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr and DeviantArt. So if you want to like follow and subscribe or like any of those, I'll have those links in the description as well. So again, thanks for watching. Mum says hi, and with that, I'm off to bed. Night night.